I hope this is a barn burner. This better be good. Two guys who also currently work for WWE. Dean Malenko has been a producer, quote unquote, there for years. Formerly known as a road agent. And Nigel McGuinness, of course, does commentary. So let's see how this one shakes out. The man of 1,001 holds, Dean Malenko, taking on the technical wizard and the hard-hitting Nigel McGuinness. Answer your predictions now as to what's going to go down in this one. Nigel McGuinness with the early advantage. Scoop slam by Malenko. Nigel tumbles to the outside. Dean Malenko only interested in what goes on between the ropes, not going to follow him out there. Flying armbar by Nigel McGuinness. Starting off the technical display early on. Drop toe hold by Malenko. Nigel McGuinness definitely the bigger man of the two, but Dean Malenko can take anyone bigger or small. Absolutely. Wins the knuckle lock there. Drop toe hold by Dean Malenko. Scoop slam by the Iceman. Kick right to the spine of Nigel McGuinness. European uppercut by McGuinness onto Malenko. Arm wringer. Already going to work on the joints of Dean Malenko as Nigel McGuinness. Irish whip. Uncharacteristic athleticism there by Malenko, and he goes right into the Texas Cloverleaf. A little early for that. Nigel McGuinness manages to force his way free. He's going for a bicep slicer here. Nigel starting to go to work on that arm. Maybe setting up for a London Dungeon here by working on that wrist. Tries for a shoulder throw there. Malenko catches it, reverses it into a rear naked choke. Snap bear by Nigel McGuinness. Malenko kicks his way free. Malenko into the ropes. Nothing there. Drop toe hold by Dean Malenko. Snap there by Nigel. Goes back to that bicep slicer. Really going to work hard on that arm of Dean Malenko is Nigel McGuinness. Double axe handle reversal by Nigel. Goes down for the cover. One. Dean Malenko kicks out at one. Go behind waistlock. Dean Malenko counters with a bulldog. Malenko McGuinness lock up. Double axe handle by Nigel McGuinness. Modified armbar there. On Dean Malenko, Nigel McGuinness. Reverse waistlock. Back suplex by McGuinness. Pulls Malenko to his feet. Malenko with a vertical suplex on McGuinness sends him tumbling to the outside. Dean Malenko working the shoulder of Nigel McGuinness. These two going back and forth in a striking exchange. Malenko comes out on top, but he crumbles to the mat right alongside Nigel. Back suplex by McGuinness. Rolling elbow missed. Double underhook DDT by Nigel McGuinness. Malenko right back to his feet though. Jumping Hurricane Rana again by Malenko. Using his speed to his advantage in this matchup against the bigger McGuinness. Snap suplex by Malenko. Goes into the Texas Cloverleaf. Referee checking for the submission. Nigel manages to break free. Malenko tries lifting Nigel up for the suplex. Nigel McGuinness reverses. Spinning toe hold here by Nigel McGuinness. Old school submission move. Shades of Terry Funk. Then goes right back to that arm. Sending Malenko inside out. Hard chop to the face. Go behind. Back suplex by McGuinness. Malenko with a rib breaker. Goes up to the top, diving knee drop. Malenko definitely relying on high-risk offense more in this match than he does previously, but he gets McGuinness up for a power bomb. Stuffs him 1-2. Nigel McGuinness kicking out at a count of 2. Picks Malenko up. Discus lariat by Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness loves to uncork those lariat variations. And that was the first one. Super kick by Nigel McGuinness. Dean Malenko bringing McGuinness to the center of the ring, putting him down, getting him where he wants, sending him into the corner, tying him up in the tree. Whoa, this is bad news for McGuinness, but McGuinness manages to free himself almost right away. Arm wringer by McGuinness. Butterfly armbar. Referee calls for the break. Malenko takes the advantage, goes for the single leg Boston Crab. Both men trying for it and missing strikes there. McGuinness tying him up again. Butterfly armbar. Malenko breaks free. Super kick by Nigel McGuinness, and he is rolling right along here, but he is tired out as well. Diving northern lariat right to the back of the head. Malenko shakes it off, though. Hits a snap suplex. McGuinness is exhausted. I don't know if he's going to be able to get his way out of this. Manages to do so. Slap to the face by Nigel McGuinness. Both men staying on their feet. Power bomb. Folds him up. Malenko 1, 2. Nigel McGuinness kicking out at a count of 2. Very heavily winded, though. Irish whip reversal. Shote by Nigel McGuinness. Tries for a go behind waistlock. Full Nelson bomb by Dean Malenko. Tries for the cloverleaf. Nigel McGuinness kicks his foot free. Rib breaker by Malenko. Turns over that Texas cloverleaf once again. I don't know how many of these Nigel McGuinness can take. Apparently it's one more. Hard lariat by Nigel McGuinness. Follows it up with an elbow drop. Dean Malenko slips free off the ropes. Another jumping Hurricane Rana by Dean Malenko. Cloverleaf again. Nigel in the ropes, though. Referee calls for the break. Snap suplex by Dean Malenko onto Nigel McGuinness. McGuinness sending Malenko to the outside. Referee on the count. Malenko taking a breath. Nigel catching his breath. Air raid crash by Dean Malenko. Malenko tries for the roll-up. McGuinness gets out of the way. Malenko continues to work on those ribs. Goes for the cloverleaf again, but McGuinness is in the ropes. Ref calls for the break. Double underhook by Nigel McGuinness. Dean Malenko gets through. Backslide. Unfortunately, Nigel in the ropes again. Victory roll by Dean Malenko. 1, 2. This could be it. 3. Dean Malenko, after absorbing a pretty big amount of punishment, gets the win with the victory roll. After a spirited back and forth contest between these two all-time greats, two technical masters, just throwing everything they had at each other, but Dean Malenko would not be denied. Dean Malenko's game is just too strong.